In God we trust and the strength of the US dollar past, present and future. The phrase, "In God we trust," is more than just a string of words on American currency. It is a testament to the nation's enduring faith, resilience and belief in a higher power guiding its destiny. This motto, officially adopted in 1956, has roots that stretch back to the Civil War, a time of great turmoil and uncertainty. As America faced internal strife and economic instability, the inscription, "In God We Trust," was introduced on US currency as a beacon of hope and divine assurance. Over the years, this phrase has weathered numerous storms, economic crises, wars, and societal upheavals, always serving as a reminder of the nation's foundational values. Yet today, as we navigate the complexities of a rapidly changing global financial landscape, the question arises, can a motto rooted in faith alone sustain the dollar's supremacy? Or does the future of America's economic power hinge on a more pragmatic approach to economic stewardship? Join us as we delve into the historical, economic, and even prophetic implications of "In God We Trust" on the US dollar. We will explore its origins, its evolution alongside the nation's economic journey, and the formidable challenges it faces in an increasingly interconnected and volatile world. This is a story of faith, resilience, and the ever-changing dynamics of global finance. The presence of "In God We Trust" on the US dollar is more than just a symbolic gesture. It reflects a historical intertwining of faith and finance, deeply embedded in the American narrative. This phrase, adopted as the national motto in 1956, speaks to a belief in a higher power guiding the nation's destiny, including its economic well-being. But how did this fusion of religion and currency come about? And what does it signify in an age where the global financial landscape is undergoing a seismic shift? The inscription, "In God We Trust," first appeared on US currency during the tumultuous period of the Civil War. Its adoption was a direct response to the societal anxieties and uncertainties of the time, reflecting a need for divine assurance amidst widespread suffering and division. Over the decades, the motto has endured, surviving economic downturns, wars, and social upheavals. However, the dollar's dominance in the 21st century faces new and complex challenges. The rise of alternative currencies, burgeoning national debt, and shifting geopolitical alliances all threaten to reshape the global financial order. The question arises, can a motto rooted in faith alone sustain the dollar's supremacy? Or does its future hinge on a more pragmatic approach to economic stewardship? This essay delves into the historical, economic, and even prophetic implications of "In God We Trust" on the US dollar. It explores the motto's origins, its evolution alongside the nation's economic journey, and the challenges it faces in an increasingly interconnected and volatile world. The US dollar's global dominance is undeniably linked to the trust it commands worldwide. This trust is rooted in the nation's economic prowess and the perceived stability of its financial system. The inscription, "In God We Trust," reinforces this perception. However, trust is a fragile commodity. Economic mismanagement and political instability can erode it. The US faces challenges that test global faith in its leadership. The emergence of alternative powerhouses challenges the dollar's dominance. "In God We Trust" serves as a reminder that true prosperity stems from ethical principles. Financial stewardship should be guided by moral considerations, promoting stability and mutual benefit over exploitation. Can a nation's faith be a source of economic strength? This question lies at the heart of our exploration into the relationship between faith, finance, and the future of the US dollar. The American Civil War, from 1861 to 1865, saw a nation divided and a search for unity. Amidst the bloodshed, a yearning for divine guidance permeated both the North and the South. The idea of acknowledging God on currency took root. In 1861, Reverend Mr. Watkinson wrote to Secretary of the Treasury Salmon P. Chase. He urged the inclusion of a recognition of God on US coins. This led to the inscription of "In God We Trust" on the 2-cent coin in 1864. This addition evolved into the national motto of the United States. The appearance of "In God We Trust" on the 2-cent coin in 1864 marked the beginning of a gradual but steady integration of the motto into US currency. Over the following decades, the inscription found its way onto other denominations, reflecting a growing acceptance of its presence and a deepening intertwining of faith and finance in the American psyche. However, The path to becoming the national motto was far from linear, marked by periods of both fervent support and staunch opposition. The latter half of the 19th century witnessed a surge in patriotic sentiment in the United States, fueled by rapid industrialization, westward expansion, and a burgeoning sense of national identity. This wave of patriotism carried with it a renewed emphasis on traditional values including religion. "In God We Trust," already present on various coins, became a rallying point for those who saw the nation's success as inextricably linked to its faith. The early 20th century saw the motto face renewed scrutiny, particularly during the Progressive Era, a period marked by social reform and a push for secularization in public life. Critics argued that "In God We Trust" violated the separation of church and state, and its presence on currency was challenged in courts. However, the motto survived these challenges, its place on coins solidified by tradition, and a reluctance to tamper with what many perceived as a symbol of national identity. World War II, from 1939 to 1945, once again brought the issue of religion and national identity to the forefront in the United States. Facing a common enemy in Nazi Germany, a regime that espoused atheism and sought to suppress religious freedom, Americans rallied around their shared values, including faith in God. This resurgence of religious sentiment further cemented the place of "In God We Trust" on US currency. By the mid-20th century, the motto had become so deeply ingrained in the national consciousness that its elevation to the status of the national motto seemed almost inevitable. The Cold War, from 1947 to 1991, was an era of ideological confrontation between the United States and the Soviet Union. American capitalism, rooted in Judeo-Christian values, clashed with Soviet communism, founded on atheism. "In God We Trust" became a symbol of America's spiritual foundation against atheistic communism. The 1950s saw a surge in religious fervor, often called a religious revival. This resurgence was fueled by Cold War anxieties and the threat of communism. In 1955, President Eisenhower made "In God We Trust" mandatory on all US currency. In 1956, Congress adopted it as the national motto, solidifying its place in American identity. The US dollar stands as the world's leading reserve currency, a position it has held since the end of World War II. This dominance isn't merely a matter of historical accident, it's the result of a confluence of factors that have, over decades, cemented the dollar's position at the heart of the global financial system. This enduring hegemony stems from a potent mix of economic strength, institutional reliability, and a deep-seated trust in the American economic model, despite its imperfections and periodic challenges. At the heart of the dollar's strength lies the sheer size and dynamism of the US economy. As the world's largest economy by nominal GDP, the United States boasts a diverse and innovative economic landscape, encompassing everything from cutting-edge technology to robust consumer markets. This economic vibrancy attracts foreign investment, bolstering demand for the dollar and reinforcing its role as a stable store of value. Moreover, the US dollar benefits from the depth and liquidity of its financial markets. Wall Street, home to the New York Stock Exchange and Nasdaq, remains the epicenter of global finance, attracting trillions of dollars in daily transactions. This unparalleled liquidity provides investors with a sense of security and ease of access, making the dollar the preferred currency for international transactions. Furthermore, the US dollar's dominance is deeply intertwined with its status as the currency of choice for global commodities, particularly oil. The pricing of oil in dollars, often referred to as the petrodollar system, creates a constant demand for the greenback, as nations around the world require dollars to secure their energy needs. This system, while subject to geopolitical pressures, has for decades underpinned the dollar's position as the world's reserve currency. The US dollar isn't merely a medium of exchange, it's a safe haven asset, sought after in times of global uncertainty. When geopolitical tensions rise, stock markets tumble, or economic crises loom, investors often flock to the relative safety of the dollar. This flight to safety phenomenon stems from a deep-seated belief in the stability of the US government and its ability to weather financial storms. The concept of the dollar as a safe haven is rooted in the size, stability, and transparency of the US economy. The United States boasts a well-established legal framework, strong property rights, and a history of relatively stable political transitions, all of which contribute to investor confidence. While the US has its share of political and economic challenges, it's generally perceived as a reliable custodian of wealth, especially during turbulent times. Furthermore, the US dollar's role as the primary currency for international trade reinforces its status as a safe haven. The vast majority of global trade is conducted in dollars, making it the de facto currency for cross-border transactions. This widespread use creates a self-reinforcing cycle, as businesses and nations alike hold dollars to facilitate trade, further bolstering demand and liquidity. The dollar's dominance in global trade extends beyond physical goods. It's also the currency of choice for international financial transactions, foreign direct investment, and the issuance of debt securities. This centrality to the global financial system means that the dollar is deeply woven into the fabric of the international economy, making it difficult to dislodge even as new challenges emerge. The Federal Reserve Guardian of the Greenback. The strength of the US dollar is inextricably linked to the role of the Federal Reserve, the central bank of the United States. Tasked with maintaining price stability and maximizing employment, the Fed wields considerable influence over the value of the dollar through its monetary policy tools, primarily interest rates and the money supply. The Fed's independence from political interference is a cornerstone of its credibility. Unlike central banks in some countries, the Fed operates with a degree of autonomy, allowing it to make decisions based on economic data and long-term stability, rather than short-term political expediency. This independence is seen as crucial for maintaining investor confidence in the dollar. One of the Fed's primary tools for managing the dollar is its ability to set interest rates. By adjusting the federal funds rate, the interest rate at which banks lend to each other overnight, the Fed can influence borrowing costs throughout the economy, impacting inflation and exchange rates. A strong dollar is often associated with higher interest rates, which can attract foreign investment seeking higher returns. The Fed also manages the money supply through open market operations, buying or selling US Treasury securities to increase or decrease the amount of money in circulation. By carefully calibrating the money supply, the Fed aims to keep inflation in check while promoting economic growth. A stable monetary policy is essential for maintaining the dollar's purchasing power and its attractiveness as a reserve currency. The Federal Reserve plays a pivotal role in safeguarding the strength of the US dollar. Its track record of independence, its expertise in monetary policy, and its commitment to price stability all contribute to the dollar's enduring appeal as a safe and reliable currency on the global stage. The rise of the digital yuan. The US dollar faces a challenge. China promotes its digital yuan. This could erode dollar dominance. The digital yuan disrupts the order. A crisis of confidence, debt and inflation. US debt and inflation rise. Confidence in the dollar erodes. Higher interest rates risk recession. Policymakers face significant challenges. The emergence of BRICS reshapes finance. They challenge the US dollar. A new reserve currency is envisioned. BRICS explore alternative systems. This poses a challenge to dollar hegemony. In God We Trust carries spiritual implications. The Bible emphasizes wise stewardship. Money can corrupt and mislead. True wealth extends beyond possessions. National introspection on wealth is crucial. Revelation warns of end-times control. The mark of the beast restricts buying. Digital currencies raise control concerns. Prophetic warnings highlight power dangers. Trust in God, not human systems. In God We Trust reminds of spiritual heritage. True prosperity is beyond material wealth. Jesus cautioned against wealth pursuit. Trust in God, not riches. Align financial decisions with divine principles. The dollar's journey reflects history and faith. Its future faces significant challenges. Can faith sustain dollar supremacy? Honest self-reflection is needed. Prosperity stems from commitment to good. The US dollar has stood strong for decades, backed by global trust and economic power. But challenges are emerging. Alternative currencies, rising debt, and shifting global alliances. The words, "In God We Trust," are more than a motto. They are a reminder that true security is found not in money, but in faith. Proverbs 3, 5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. What do you think? Will the dollar remain dominant, or is a major shift coming? Let's discuss in the comments. If you found this video insightful, hit like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications for more content on faith, finance, and world events. This is Kingdom Friends TV, bringing you insights that matter. See you in the next video. Stay blessed.